Hi, this is a sample spool holder for holding samples of filament like this one here from Makerbox. It's sized up just to be about the right size for that sample. I got the idea from a thing that I saw on Thingiverse this week. Another magnetic spool holder. Here's a link to that Thingiverse page. I actually decided to redo the whole thing myself in Tinkercad because I wanted to make a few changes to it. But it was relatively simple to model in Tinkercad, so I just did my own version of it. And a few of the things I've done is I've made it sort of an asymmetric thickness because I think it's easier to stick your filament on one side and not have a gap running right in the middle of it. So my thought was to kind of make the spool thick enough to hold all the filament. I put in bigger magnet pockets than the original one, so I use M10 by 3mm magnets. Hold on there really well. Added some holes so that I can stick the filament out the side to hold it in place. And I put a couple of spots in here so that you could clip one end of the filament if you wanted to. You know, like so. And did that work? Haven't actually used this yet, but yeah, so you could clip it in kind of like that. Or there's another one that kind of runs right through the spool. So if you stick your filament in there, and it kind of comes out in there. So I think those will allow me to clip one end of the filament. Like I say, I haven't actually tried this before, so I don't know how well it's going to work. One of the things I do worry about is that, you know, I don't know how well these things are wound to start with. So I don't know if taking this bundle of filament, sticking it in here with one end clipped is actually going to have tangles in it. Certainly seems like there might be tangles, but we'll see how it turns out. Let's see. I actually got to flip this around. My first shot at trying this thing out. And we've got this. Take this. Run it through there. There, now I have a coil of filament. It's actually, the sample was kind of a little bit big for this, so let me see if I can actually just tighten it up by just turning it a bit. Again, I don't know if I'm just creating tangles by how I've done this. Might be wiser just to like rewind the whole thing, but that would make me wonder what the value is in the quick change spool. Tempted to make one that's a little bit bigger since these filament samples are really pretty big. This was maybe 160 millimeters. Maybe I'll make one at 180. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go try to print with this sample on my printer. See how my mini spool works out. This here would have to be Candy Apple Golden Pearl. Let's go print some Candy Apple Golden Pearl. Hi, here is the spool on my i3 Mark III printer. I just finished printing several models with this Makerbox sample of Atomic Candy Apple Golden Pearl. You can see I used up most of the filament. The spool worked out fine. The only issue I had was on my roller filament stand that I use for my big spools. If I put it there, it was kind of tipsy. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to design one that's like about 10 millimeters wider, and then it won't be tipsy like this. In this case, I stuck it on here. And I use the old school Prusa mount to hold the spool. I didn't have any issues with the the filament getting tangled. I don't know if that was just luck or if Makerbox just really does an awesome job of winding their samples, and when I threw it in the spool it didn't tangle, but I'm happy there were no tangles or issues or problems. Okay, so I did go ahead and print the wider spool, so it is no longer tipsy on my spool holder. We are printing another filament sample. I think this one here is an E-Silk from eSun. And it looks to me like so far it's working pretty good. I hope you enjoyed this video. If this sort of thing interests you, then please subscribe and I will make more of them. Thank you.